Man, I was really trying to figure out whether or not I should see this or Dunkirk first, because I was like, man, one of these is gonna go up Friday. Which one is gonna go up Friday? The one that everybody's gonna see. The one that goes up Sunday, not everybody cares about. So which one am I gonna say for Sunday? I was really trying to figure out which one's gonna win the box office this weekend. It's gonna be either Dunkirk or Valerian. We're recording this on Sunday, so we know the box office results. Dunkirk came in first. Then Girls Trip came in second. Then Spider-Man in third. Then Apes in fourth. Valerian came in fifth. This is already being reported to be one of the biggest flops of the year. And I want the ice cream truck music to be the official soundtrack of biggest flops of the year. I might just replace my normal, like, worst of the year list music with this. Hear that, Luc Besson? That doesn't sound like you never getting work again. I'm sorry, that was mean. That was mean. That dude gave us the professional. I should be more respectful. He also gave us Lucy, so fuck him. Yeah, man, I think I'm trying to figure out right now. I kind of like doing some of these on Sunday because we can kind of like look at the box office results and go like, why did people not go and see this? And I think one of the reasons why people didn't go and see this is because like when they advertised this, they said, from the brilliant mind that brought you The Professional, The Fifth Element, and Lucy. And it's like, one of these things is not like the others. I'm sorry, do you think people like Lucy? It succeeded at the box office. Oh, our dog wants to go and get ice cream. It succeeded at the box office. How long is that truck going to be outside, by the way? Normally they just drive by and then they're gone.
I guess kids want their ice cream.
I guess. It's hot out. But Lucy succeeded at the box office, but people who saw it kind of walked away from it like, that wasn't very good. I just kind of went and saw it because Black Widow finally kind of sort of got a film. Man. It's just gotta be there all day, folks. Sorry. This is literally our only time to record this, so I'm sorry. If it gets too bad, I'll cut and then come back. But hey, everyone, this is a late title card for one of these. This is the post-Geekout reaction for Valerian. There's a couple of other words in that title, but they're not making this a franchise.
It's like Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Like, originally, I thought the title was Valerian, the City of 1,000 Planets. I thought the name of the colony was Valerian, but it's actually the name of the guy.
Which seems really disrespectful to the girl.
Yeah.
Like, you have equal screen time in this thing. How come he gets in the title?
Not that I care about any of them.
No.
Like,
But for anybody out there who has not seen one of these before... For anybody who's not seen one of these before, the post-Geekout reaction is not a review. In a review, I sit down and think of everything that I want to say. I write it all out, we record it, I edit it, blah, 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 blah. And there are no spoilers. In the post-Geekout reaction, hey dog, hey, you want to come and play? No. All right. In the post-Geekout reaction, it's just our open, honest discussion about the thing that we just saw, and that does include full spoilers. So if you have not seen Valerian, and you don't want anything spoiled for you, although there's not really like...
No, it's like very by the book.
It is super by the book. But if you really don't want anything spoiled, tune out now. But for anybody else out there who just wants to hear our open thoughts about this thing, there's our title card.
I like the concept. I like the
idea.
Yeah.
There is some brilliant imagination in this
absolutely.
thing. I will tell, and not just on like Luc Besson's part, not just on the side of the director and the writer, but also especially the visual effects department.
Oh yeah.
Like people work their asses off to come up with something really creative.
Effects, very beautiful.
Looks really darn good. Really creative backgrounds. Really creative characters. They really built a world in here. It's just, I don't care about anything in this. It is, you said it correctly, it is by the number. Our dog really wants to come and play. 1 second. And we're back.
Yes.
And I was just about to turn the camera to him and then he walked away.
And my hair is up again. Oh, wow.
Oh, did you do that while I wasn't wearing? Okay.
Yeah. I realized just how gross my hair looked down, so.
It's a hot, sweaty ass day.
Yeah, it's hot and sweaty, so my hair's gonna be greasy. I apologize.
I'm always greasy and I have no excuse. And Cosmo will be back at some point and then I'll focus the camera on because I know you guys love to see Cosmo. Yes. Yay! Where was I? Okay, so anyway, this is based on a European graphic novel which I've come to learn 9 times out of 10, whenever I see a movie and it says based on the best-selling graphic novel, it means it's European and I've never heard of it. But they recently re-released these, and we got them into my store, and I was flipping through them, and they're really creative looking. Like every by the way, Cosmo's back. Yay, Cosmo! Yay, Cosmo! Look up.
Yay, Cosmo!
He doesn't care.
He's sniffing for crumbs.
He's sniffing for crumbs. All right, there's your
dog moment.
Yep. There is your required Cosmo moment for every single one of these. But yeah, every single like European space science fiction graphic novel from around that time period, you can tell everybody was on a ton of drugs. I was like, shit, man, it worked. It like you put it into the book and it looks really damn creative. But the first thing that I can tell from this movie and from looking at the graphic novels is the 2 leads in here are so miscast.
Yes.
They are. And I mean, you've never even seen the book they're based on.
No, but I've read like a synopsis online and everything, and it's like, wow.
And I don't remember the woman's name.
Like Lorelai or something?
Well, I remember her character's name, but I mean the actress. Like I don't remember,
the actress.
I don't remember the actress' name, but I know that the guy is Dane DeHaan. And Dane DeHaan, man, he is like Keanu Reeves without the charisma. I hate saying that. But, hey guys, hey, listen, Lorelai, I'm totally like in love with you and junk. Listen, don't be like intimidated because I'm like incredibly smart and brave and like an explorer and all these things. Like the moment he listed off like all of his stats, like don't be like intimidated just because like I'm this adventuring type who goes around the world. And I've been a hero and I've been awarded all these medals. I was like, this is early on. This is like the first time we see this.
Yeah.
And as soon as he did that, I went, oh my god. It's like if they made a live-action Futurama and they cast as Zap Brannigan, the guy who auditioned to be Fry. Like if someone came in and was the perfect choice for Fry and went, you're Zap Brannigan. It's like,
no, it's like, but I feel like neither one of them had any charisma.
Good.
It's like
she's not good in this either, but he is like, he's got the spotlight on him. Partly because he's named after the fucking movie.
Yeah.
His name is on the title.
Which is like, the comic book was named Valerian and Lorelai. Like,
was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was named after both the characters, but Guy gets the head title because sexism.
Yeah, I can't really, because she does the exact same amount of shit in this.
And like she's basically the obligatory love interest.
She's so like they have zero
chemistry. Oh my god.
And the thing is, this really feels like it's the second movie. Like, I kept looking at them and it's like, this feels like, I know you guys hate when I just keep going to the Marvel again, but this really feels like the charisma that Tony Stark and Pepper Potts had in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Except at least in that, you got Iron Man 1 to build a base.
Mm-hmm.
So in the second one, when he comes in and they're just instantly right off the bat flirting, it's like, come on, why don't we go out on a date? Like, listen, I love you.
If you even call that flirting.
Yeah, exactly. That was, well, it was improv because they had no script in that film. But in this one, they go right into it, it's like, come on, why haven't you, like, decided to go out with me? And then, like, the moment that, and then she's like, well, it's because you have dated 500 other women and you keep a record of it all. And then the moment, the second they land, which is like the next scene, he then goes, listen, why don't we get married? And it's like, literally all the time we have had with these two to see the relationship with him going, come on, why don't we go out? Well, because you date all these women. Marry me. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. We were supposed to buy that they are a couple, and that is all the time
like,
we've gotten
what really
them.
bothers me is like they look like high schoolers, and they act
so dude.
And they act like high schoolers putting on a play.
I thought they acted like brother and sister, honestly. Like, I remember like years back, Jason Bateman, there was a rumor that he was gonna have to be in a romantic comedy and the actress was gonna be his sister.
Ew.
And like that never happened and it got squished instantly. It was just one of those weird things where both of them were going for these roles in this film, so like everyone's like, oh, could this possibly happen? Like, no, of course it fucking won't. Whoever gets the role, the other one will not get that role. That's an obvious thing. But I was looking at this and like, that's all I could think is like, they do not have the chemistry of lovers. They do not have the chemistry of people who like are in a relationship. they have the chemistry of brother and sister who kind of tolerate each other.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like Dane DeHaan, like, can't get a job at the moment, so he's just crashing on his sister's couch, and she's coming home and finding him in the tanning bed. It's like, oh, why don't you get a job already? That is the relationship they have in this fucking movie.
And here's the thing, like, whatever personality they do manage to have to show, they're assholes.
They're pieces of shit.
They are. Holy crap.
They're totally unlikable. I'm looking up the girl's name too because like it's unfair that like we just talked about how this movie's sexist for only putting Valerian's name in the top, and they were like, yeah, but who gives a shit about the lady in it? Shit. But yeah, they are like they're supposed to be like cocky explorer type like.
And, like, they're supposed to be, like, experienced military personnel, too, like...
Although, again, this is a movie where they do not bother to explain, like, anything to you. Because, like, they don't explain, like, the history they have. They just instantly go into, marry me. I kept looking at them and, like, are they bounty hunters? Are they mercenaries? What are they? And then, like, 30 minutes into the movie, he then goes, federal agent. I was like, for real? You're a federal agent?
There was like a short line is like where she's like, you're afraid of commitment, and he's like, I spent 9 years in the military, that's commitment. And I was like, oh, so if you missed that part, you missed everything apparently.
Well, I heard that, but then I was like, so did you drop out after 9 years? Also, when the fuck did you join? Did you join at 10?
I know, right?
19.
Seriously.
Dear God, they really... And the thing is, like, I flipped through the book, and in the book, their heads are kind of drawn a little bit big, so they do kind of like a youthful look. That's kind of just the style they're going
Yeah.
to. However, on the covers to those books, look at the covers of those books. It looks like Space Johnson and the hero
Yeah,
of tomorrow.
exactly.
A big fucking chin, like, aha!
Yeah.
I am the hero of space. So, granted, on the inside, it doesn't really look the same as on the cover, but on the cover, oh my God, it looks like he's like somebody should be twice Dane DeHaan's age. And I'm sure Dane DeHaan is like pushing 30 at this point. He don't look it. And I'm sorry.
I know I usually like disapprove of like 20 or 30-year-olds playing high schoolers, but seriously, get him to play a high schooler.
I really disapprove of 20, 30-year-olds playing 40, 50-year-olds. Oh God. Her name, by the way, is Cara Delevingne? Delevingne, thank you. And she was, oh my God. She was the Enchantress in Suicide Squad.
Oh.
And she looks 10 years older in that movie than she does in this one, doesn't she?
Yeah. By the way, we're sorry if the camera shook a little.
Cosmo is running all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, that's him. He's also now eating dirt under the couch. God, dog. Okay, he is exhausting us.
Yeah.
Anywho.
We're gonna push through this, though.
Gotta go. He's not barking, so thank God for that. For anybody who's been with us for a long time, I'm sure there's a bunch of you out there who are like, I missed the post-Geekout reaction before Cosmo because they didn't stop every 5 minutes to take care of Cosmo. Anyway, so. Hello. Alright. Let's get a shot, Cosmo, for everybody.
Here he is.
There, now he's looking at everybody. Yay. Alright, that's the last time we're gonna cut to Cosmo.
Alright, so I guess we should move on to the plot now.
Sure, why the fuck not?
Okay, so you missed the first 5 minutes?
In the usual Aaron Bishop curse, I missed the first 5 minutes of this movie because the trains were terrible and blah, 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 blah. There will always be a reason why I missed the first 5 minutes of a movie.
Well, basically the first 5 minutes of the movie is like a montage showing the evolution of this space colony. Like, you know, it shows like footage of like the 1970s space race and all that. And I thought that was really cool. Then it like starts transitioning into like this colony being built in space. You see people from Earth coming into this colony. Then you see aliens from other parts of the galaxy coming in here. And then they say, oh, this colony is getting way too big, so we need to shoot it out into space. And I'm like, that's kind of
just so weird.
It's like, okay, I understand that it's affecting Earth's gravity, but can't you like orbit it around Jupiter or something?
Why would... Did the people have to get moved off the colony?
No, they just like blasted it off with all the people on it, and I'm like, oh, that does not seem safe at all. No. So that was like my first problem.
You know that like an entire like borough of that place got like just destroyed during all that. Like Space Little Italy just cracked off. And...
Mamma mia!
That's a spicy meatball. Space Brooklyn got left behind. Yeah. Because basically it's Space Island in Manhattan. It's 1,000 different cultures all just trying to coexist, which is really freaking cool. In fact, there is even a moment in here in which they break down how it works and like, those are boroughs. You're describing boroughs. I know what this is.
It's like, and I do like that concept, but the thing is,
I am such a typical New Yorker. It's like, I can only understand this if I can somehow compare it to the thing that's close to me.
So it's like, I really like the concept, but this is just the setting. They don't really do anything with the space colony.
When they first show it, like when they first show it to me, in my part, when they get there and they go, how does this all work? And they go, to the north there is this, to the west there is this, to the left there's this, to the east there's this, and blah 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 blah, and they go there. I was like, that's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
And then they get there and it's like, this could literally just have been like a regular ass place. And it's like, oh well, this part seems different. It's like, yeah, so does every fucking like. I go 10 blocks north of me, it's hipster central. I go 10 blocks south, it is like just jazz clubs everywhere. It's like, it's a big difference in just a couple blocks from me. I'm fine with like, you go to a different alleyway on this planet and it doesn't look like another alleyway. I'm not gonna be going, hey, that's not the same planet. It's like, yeah, you know, it's a cool ass idea, but they don't do shit with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's my big problem. Is like there is a lot of awesome concepts, but they don't do anything with it.
There's brilliant imagination in this film.
Because they're too busy focusing on the two main characters, which have nothing to show for. Like.
Yeah, it's. There's, like I said, there's really cool ass ideas. Like in the beginning.
Like after they show the montage.
After they show the montage and everything, they go to this like black market kind of thing. It's not really a black market. It's like an official market, but there's a black market inside there. And you're walking around there, and it's just a big empty desert. But like, it's tourists going there, and there's like a tour guide going, all right, everyone, make sure that you put on your gloves, and make sure you put on your glasses, because this market exists in another dimension, so you cannot see or feel anything unless you are wearing your gloves and glasses. And then they put on the glasses, and they're like, yeah, they're in a giant, massive bazaar.
Yeah.
Like, this is a cool
I really did like that.
That was so cool. And it's like, yeah, if you buy something, you don't have to put it through like a matter transport and it goes through. It's like, looks like the airplane luggage scanner.
Yeah.
And then it comes out and it's fine. It's like, that is really freaking cool. And it's like, so Dane DeHaan basically has to sneak into the black market side of that with this and split up from the tour group. And they're like way over there in this desert. There's like nothing between them, but he's then over here in this other part of the desert and he's in like a black market spot. It's like, this is really freaking cool. But then there's so many moments where if you just stop and think about it, it's like, this doesn't work at fucking all. And like, the thing is, they force you to think that because they don't stop and explain how this thing works at all other than glasses and gloves, everybody, glasses and gloves. So the whole time I was like, how the fuck, well then how do you get this to here? And it's like, and they explain it as you go, but then there are other times where like he's running and he has to escape something and he like jumps over a car. And then it's revealed there was just a box there in the real world they jumped on that just happened to be there. It's like, it's like, a big ass empty desert. It's a big ass empty desert. Giant bustling bazaar with people and places everywhere. And there just happened to be a car and a box in the same spot. But only on the one car he decided to jump. I was like, okay dude, I can't help it. I have to ask.
Yeah, that's weird.
But then it gets to the point where he has to escape. And he gets to a manhole. And he's able to like break his way through this manhole. Because like his gun, he's wearing this box thing that causes like the front half of his arm to be transparent, be real in their reality, in the bizarre reality when he's trying to hold up this guy to this thing. And like in that reality, they put like these little like balls on there that cause his arm to weigh a ton, and he's trying to get away. And so he just finds like this sewer grate, and he lifts his hand up and smashes it down and breaks the sewer grate, and he then goes falling down like several floors. And it's a really cool action sequence, but you see it in the real world. And again, it just happens that there's also a sewer grate in the real world in the same spot where there is in this one, but only this one particular sewer grate. That was the only one that lined up. Somehow he knew that. But even then, okay, well the heavy arm is in that reality, so it breaks the sewer grate in that reality. What the fuck causes him to fall through the one in this reality? Like there's no, like, and again, it's like, well, it's sci-fi, you can't really question these things.
I know, but
you have to, like, it just forces you to.
Yeah, it's like when you put the VR on, when you're playing like a VR game, and it's like, oh, you can like do all this stuff in this world, but you still have to deal with like the surroundings in the world you're already in.
I see what you're saying, yeah, it would be like if I'm like playing VR and you like turn around, and then I run into a wall in reality.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course that shit's going to happen. But you see him going through this huge, giant chase sequence, and it'd be like if I did that in VR, but it just happened that the game made me run through my front door while it was open, and then happened to be an elevator in the game where our elevator is, and they both happen to be there at the same time. Like, dude, this just don't work, man. It looks cool ass idea, but it's just an idea. The execution is like, what the fuck is going on here with this? Same thing with the planets. Like, yeah, this whole like the 1,000 planets, see? Brilliant idea. You don't do fucking shit with it. You just have different creatures living in this one city. It's like, yeah, like a city. Brother, I played Mass Effect. That's not 1,000 planets. It's one colony where you go to in the beginning of that game. It's like, yeah, thousands of other creatures living on this thing. Yeah, we get it. We're fine. It's like, again, this thing was made like back in like the 70s and 60s. And it's like, maybe then that was so groundbreaking. But now these days, like, dude, we have sci-fi that has done this same thing and explained it. It's like, yeah, we don't, again, I gotta give credit for the ideas.
Yes.
Because they're really damn cool.
Yes.
But then there's some that's really dumb.
Yeah.
Like, when I came in, we saw this planet full of fish people.
Yeah.
And they were getting these pearls, and they were like all living in harmony, and they were filling up this thing with all these pearls. And then they have these little pets, and they're like, oh, the pets are little cute rat lizard things.
They look like armadillos to me.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But like with scales, kind of. Well, armadillos have scales.
Yeah,
you're
they're
right.
kind of scaly. They got like armor.
Well, yeah, but even like their skin, but whatever. By the way, fun fact, armadillos can hold their breath for 2 hours. When I was a kid, I had a book on animals, and the armadillo section was the biggest section of all, because they have the weirdest facts about them. But yeah, then I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of digging this. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then they feed one of the pearls to the little armadillo creature, and then it just shits out a ton of pearls.
I literally laughed at that part.
I was sitting there like...
I was like, wow, okay.
Seems like it's kind of breaking the tone of this thing, but whatever, sure, fine. That's the MacGuffin of this entire film. The pearl shitting rodent is what everyone is chasing after at that point. Because a giant ship then crash lands, destroys the entire planet, aside from a group of those fish people who are able to get onto like a destroyed half of a ship, and they're able to go there, hey buddy. My dog just jumped up on the couch. Good boy, good boy. I'm sorry, I always feel like a sigh of relief when he sits down on the couch, because it means I don't have to watch him anymore. I don't have to like keep darting my eye out of the corner and like, oh, is he eating something? What's going on? Okay. But yeah, that's the thing that everybody's after, because the planet gets destroyed except for like a group of those fish people who were able to get on a ship that crash landed early, and they're stuck inside the ship, and it's later revealed, this is what I'm talking about when I say this thing's got good ideas, but the execution makes, like, just challenges you to ask, how the fuck does this work? It's revealed that the entire planet blew up. But they survived on that half-broken ass ship that's just been floating around. Like, there's no fucking ship in the solar system, in the galaxy, in the universe, that when it's already been damaged to the point where it's broken in half and crash landed on your ship, would then survive a planet exploding. Like, if half this broken ass ship could survive your entire planet exploding, the blast of energy that shot it down in the first place would have to have been like the sun concentrated into one single focused blast. It's like, Jesus Christ. But then it's revealed, well, as we were stuck there, we then learned. We learned about the world and about planets. We learned English. I was like, how fucking long were you on this ship? And it's later revealed it was like 30 years.
Yeah.
But you see them, like, they're primitive people. They go out to the sea, they farm these pearls, they feed them to their shit pooping.
They're armadillos. They're pearl shitting armadillos.
And that's their life. They have no technology, no nothing. That's all that they do. And then they go like, oh yes, well, we learned how to repair the ship. We learned how to make it function. We learned how to grow vegetation on there. And I was like, how the fuck? No, I'm not. I refuse to buy this. I refuse to buy that a primitive race that has never known technology at all, when they're trapped on this ship, would then learn how to repair the ship, just with the tools that are already on the ship, learn how to grow vegetation on the ship, vegetation that could not have existed on the planet that they lived on, and then learn languages just from the stuff that they're reading on there, which is in a language they don't understand. It's like, it couldn't.
And it's on a broken ship, too.
Broken.
So, yeah.
How long did it take you to get the vegetation started, and was there already food on there that you were able to survive off of, or it's like, do you only need to eat like one tomato a decade in order to survive? Is that like your entire like biological system? It's like, stop it. Just fucking stop it.
Alright, so like, then the little piece of junk they were floating on intersects with the space colony, so it's like, oh, we can learn from...
Yeah, I remember now, they then learn from all the races that are on these, like, planets in this colony, and they use, like, they steal technology and stuff from everyone else in here to build something that can create a giant virtual replication of their planet.
Yeah, so basically they just want a borough of their own.
Yeah, exactly. But again, it challenges you to think about this, because... they build the giant virtual reality of their world. It's in a ship. And the ship isn't, like, gigantic. You see one end to the other. It's like the size of a football field. But, like, they're able to perfectly recreate the ocean in there. Like, it looks like they've now created a planet that goes on and on forever inside this thing. And I'm like...
I thought it was just like a hologram or something.
But that's the thing. If it's a hologram, they basically just trap themselves inside of a lie that's the size of a football field. And it's like they're now stuck in this replication where they can't get food or anything. It's like the water ain't real. It's not doing anything. But it's like... But when you see, like, the water splash on their feet, it's kind of implied that it is real, that they basically just like, they danger room that thing. They basically created real-life holograms. But, like, okay, well, even if they're real-life holograms, eventually you're going to walk to the end of the thing and then just hit the wall. Or did you somehow create a pocket dimension in this thing that now stretches on forever? And if that's the case, how the fuck do you find your way off the ship? It's like, there's just too many fucking questions about, like, brilliant ideas. As long as you don't think about any of them.
Yeah, but like even like before that, like the area where the fish people were hiding out, like that was like a red zone, like like basically the human government that was like in charge of the ship was like, oh, this is a dangerous area, so no one can go in there, and apparently it's just like this big old cover-up.
Yeah, they're told that like there's no oxygen there or anything, and then at the end...
There's radiation or some shit like that.
And then at the end our heroes go there and it's like, but I can breathe just fine. I think they've been lying to us this whole time. It's like, okay, alright. Evil government thing was like... But I will say, it wasn't like some big conspiracy by the whole government. It was like just one general guy who was like, I need these pearls, or whatever the fuck he was after.
No, it's like he wasn't even after the pearls, which honestly blew my mind, because these pearls have like a lot of energy in them. They're like energy sources.
They say one pearl has the amount of energy that Valerian ship has times 10. And I was like, well, that's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
Why did he destroy it? Because I was in the bathroom when they explained this.
Okay, here's the thing. They were having a war with a different...
I think you're working too hard on this. I don't think it's
No, it's not. I'm trying to like get my wording together. Yeah. Alright, so like 30 years ago, the general guy was having a war with these space aliens that we never see. We only see their ships, and they happen to be fighting over the planet of the fish people. So when he shot down their mothership, that's what caused it to crash.
I walked in when the ship was going down, and I was like, why the fuck are they like, whose ship is that? Okay, so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's like he did not know about the pearls or anything. Which I kind of feel is stupid.
Seems like that's a waste of opportunity. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, I thought the reason why the fish people got wiped out is because the general wanted to like take all their pearls and like sell them on the black market or something, or like make money. Cause you know, like how Americans like take over foreign countries for their oil and shit.
Let's not get political on this. Valerian does not deserve politics. But it's like... Oh god, now my comment section's just gonna be blown up. Listen, I'm gonna warn everybody out there. Anybody who wants to leave a comment down there about your political views, I'm not reading them.
Nope.
I'm not reading anything on this episode. this is not worth it. It came in 5th at the box office, for God's sakes. Okay.
But that's not how it happens.
Actually, that's, in a weird way, I kind of find this interesting why they're doing it that way, because then it stops and it's like, okay, so they're casualties of war, but they didn't want to report it because they didn't want to make them look bad. It's like, that's actually kind of interesting. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess so. It's
in a weird way, that's actually better than the I need those pearls. It's like, I've seen that before. The general who like doesn't want to admit they really screwed the pooch on something. It's like, I can see that. That's new.
Yeah, but
at the same time, you never believe for a second this guy is like pained by this. You never believe that this general guy is like, oh God, those poor fish people. He's never like, there's no Jack Nicholson moment. There's no, you want me on that wall. You can't handle the truth. There's none of that in him. He's just like, yeah, fuck him. Like that's his entire attitude. Like, fuck those fish people.
No, but it's like the reason why I thought he was gonna go for the greedy general type is because, like I said, this movie is so by the book.
It is.
And I thought that's what they were going for, so I found out, oh, it's not that. He just didn't give a fuck about these fish people. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
so he's basically just trying to cover his tracks, which is why he was after that, the last pearl and the last pearl shitting armadillo and like trying to get rid of all the fish people.
Yeah, and I brought it up, that's the MacGuffin. I want to go back to that because I just want to repeat to you guys. When the armadillo just shits out pearls, and it's like an explosion, like it's got diarrhea. When it does it the first time, you're just like, that was weird. It's the MacGuffin. It's the thing they're chasing after. Meaning, the thing that we're supposed to take so seriously, like, oh my goodness, are they going to be able to get this and rescue their entire civilization with? Go. That's the thing that we're supposed to be like, yes, they got that armadillo. It can poop those diamonds now. It's like, this is the thing we're supposed to take that seriously? Are you fucking kidding me? How? How am I supposed to look at this and be like, oh, good, I'm really glad that they...
Yeah, so like the fish people thought the general guy had the...
It would be like if the final Infinity Stone, in the next Avengers film, if the final Infinity Stone was just like up a monkey's butt and like up like a baboon's ass. So it's like they're just constantly showing like Captain America's like, we have to go and get that final Infinity Stone, and Thanos like, I will have it, and then like, yeah, all right, great, wonderful.
All right, so continuing on with this plot, I guess.
So stupid.
Yeah, so the fish people who are on board kidnapped the general because they thought he had the pearl-shitting armadillo when the girl actually had him. So, like, the girl and Valerie... I call them Valerie.
Sure, no one cares.
What? So, like, those two will have to, like, go get him back, and that's when I started getting even bored.
Alright, man.
Like,
I got 4 hours of sleep last night. I didn't fall asleep during this, but man, I stopped caring at a lot of points. I was like, there were moments when I was like, let me just try and figure out how I can sit to keep myself awake. Like, that became my main goal throughout much of this film.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's like I said before, I don't care about the two main people.
That's the problem.
I actually care about the fish people. I want to see them, like, you know...
The fish people, in a weird way, at the end of this almost becomes like a metaphor for, like, America and Native Americans.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're like, we're sorry that we destroyed your land, and here's back your thing.
Yeah, it's like, I wanted to see the fish people, like, get their planet and their culture back and everything, but, like, literally, like, in the second act is all about the guy and the girl trying to, like, rescue each other as they go through this giant city, and I just don't care.
Oh, you're not kidding about that.
No.
Welcome back from that commercial break. I'm sorry, I had to leave off on that cliffhanger because, yeah, the middle act of this film doesn't need to exist.
No.
That's the biggest problem with this story, is that it's just them doing shit.
Yeah.
Like them at the bazaar had like a purpose. It was like, okay, we're going on this mission, we're getting this thing. Then they just kind of like become separated and just kind of go their own ways and just kind of start doing their own thing. It's just them trying to find each other, and then it eventually goes into this moment where she gets kidnapped by these giant frog gorilla people. And like then it just becomes like this skit of like, well, he has to go in there, but he can't. Any intruders will be killed on sight. I need a Glorcox or whatever they're called. And it's like, and again, that's another problem with this film. Everything in here they talk about, like, we're supposed to know this already. Like their relationship at the beginning, it's like, are we supposed to know the backstory on the? Are we supposed to know that they have this back and forth thing? It's
I
like,
guess it's trying.
All right, or like when it gets to like the bazaars, like everything in the bazaar kind of gets explained, but as you go along, for the beginning part of the bazaar, you're just like, how the fuck does any of this work? So there's alternate dimension. What is going on now? And yeah, there's so much to this that it's like you just have to question it. Because they just don't really explain any of it to you. And yeah, like they just go, well, I need to get this thing. And I was like, so it's a machine that will help you disguise yourself as this? And then he goes into this nightclub where this guy says, yeah, don't worry, I got one. It's the best. And I was like, okay, here, sit down. And then this woman comes out and just does like this strip tease where she keeps swapping costumes over and over and over again. And I kept going, he's trying to get a device that will help him infiltrate this, and you say you have one. Why the fuck are you just taking him to the titty bar all of a sudden? Like, why?
No, like here's the thing. Like I saw like a moment of this in the trailer where like the girl like transforms her like hair and stuff. So it's like, oh, I know what he's trying to get, but you didn't really catch on to that, did you?
I thought that like this was like just some like magic show, like some like lights and illusional kind of thing.
No, it's an alien that can transform.
But yeah, I got that after they explained it. But like for the entirety of that moment, I was just like, he said he needs this because I thought it was a device. I thought he needed a device to help disguise him. And then like she's just like, which by the way, before this, there's a whole montage of him going through this like basically like the red light district, and there's all these weird space hookers trying to pick him up. In fact, there's one that is just straight up Jessica Rabbit, and it's like,
yeah, it's like, wow, that's
weird. That's so odd. But again,
how dare you reference a better movie?
Stop making me think of better films, Valerian. But again, at the same time, I gotta applaud the creativity because like I keep thinking back to like Total Recall, and the best they could do was, hey, this Mars chick has 3 breasts. And this one, every single one of the space hookers was really damn imaginative. It's like, yeah, that one was just Jessica Rabbit, but it was kind of creative to like just completely recreate Jessica Rabbit. And then all the other ones, it was like, there's some like Victorian era lady, then there's a lizard lady, then there's a bird lady. It's like, this is really like, I would watch a space cop show set in this red light district. That would be fucking amazing. So it's like, the ideas are fucking good.
Yes.
But then he's like, yeah, I need this thing. Don't worry, I got the best one you can find. Goes in there, have a seat. She comes out, just starts doing this strip dance like for like 4 or 5 minutes. It's long. And again, impressive as hell. The special effects, the choreography, all that is really damn good. But I was sitting there going, you have to find her before something happens to you. You're on the clock. You're on the ticker. What the fuck is taking you? Why are you just sitting here during a strip show? What is wrong with you? And then after that, they explain, it's like, oh yeah, she's a shape-shifting alien and all this. And then she like jumps on him, and like they then go in there dressed up as one of these big space frog things, and to this king who just keeps eating food. Is like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Then Lorelai, or whatever her name is, she comes up and she's got like a giant dish bowl on her head, and the king's like, oh yeah, and it's like, it's very clear he's going to eat her brain. And then Dane DeHaan, Valerian, he goes in there and just starts fighting and slaying and slashing up all these giant ape frogmen. I was like, Dane DeHaan is like 5.5 feet tall. And like there's moments where you see him without his shirt on. He's in about the same shape that I am. Like, I mean, dude, I hate saying that because like, I'm not in bad shape. I'm in decent enough shape. I can't fight a giant frog lizard man, frog gorilla man.
At least you're taller than him.
Yeah. Dude, at least I got the reach on him. Like, me and Dane DeHaan in this film are about in the exact same shape, but I'm like almost a foot taller than that dude in this film. I'm like... Dude,
like your body and my height.
Yeah. I was like, and the thing, it starts by showing us like him with no shirt on. I was like, dude, I know you don't have abs. I know you didn't work out for this role. It's like, I cannot help but think that's like, goddamn. Again, I hate to keep going back to the Marvel movies, but it's like, even Doctor Strange did a couple fucking sit-ups to have a six-pack to show off. It's like, Dane DeHaan just looks like he, like, you know, did a crunch. A crunch. I'm like, yeah, man, you're not in bad shape. If I was at the gym and, like, I saw you in the locker room, I'd be like, that dude probably comes here every now and again. But you're not fucking Space Hero who can take on the army of ape men. And he takes on an army of ape men single-handedly, slashing them all up. And I'm like, you do not buy this for a second. For a second.
And then he escapes through the garbage chute.
He gets, and like we all know what that's a reference to. But then after he escapes, the morphine alien...
Her name is Bubble.
Bubble, yeah. Bubble, she got injured in the fight, and it's like, you're a fucking shapeshifter. How do you get injured?
I know, it's like throughout the fight, she was like swishing around and
splitting herself in two to get away from it. It's like, so if they stab you in two, you're messed up, but if you split yourself in two, you're fine? Again, doesn't make sense. And she's there, it's like, I never knew I'd be like, it's like, no, you were the greatest artist I've ever seen. And then she turned into like a Cleopatra thing and goes, I give you my kingdom. And my audience burst out laughing.
Yeah.
I don't know about yours, but mine, like, it wasn't like one guy in the back. It was like 5 different people in 5 different spots all around me. It was like, this was not an isolated incident. People thought this was dumb, and I kept looking at this thing. I was like, am I supposed to feel something now? Because we just met her.
Like, I know we just met her, but holy shit, Bubble had way
so
more
much better.
Bubble was way better. She had like so much more personality, and I actually did feel. I was actually really pissed off that she died. It's like
she was the only one with personality in this fucking film. Yeah, so in a way, it was like, why do I try with you, Valerian? Why do I try? Because these two, who you want me to like, I don't give a shit about.
It's like all the side characters are way more interesting. Like
that's the thing I will say about Luc Besson. He gets his side characters to go fucking nuts, and he makes memorable side characters. I will totally say that. I think the only reason why The Fifth Element is so much more beloved than this one's going to be is because Bruce Willis has basically the same personality as Dane DeHaan does in this one. Only difference is Dane DeHaan is supposed to be, aha, Captain of Tomorrow, space hero. Whereas Bruce Willis' character was like, I don't give a shit. I'm tired.
Exactly.
Leave me alone.
Exactly.
And Dane DeHaan is tired and wants you to leave him alone. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work when you're a 15-year-old. You're not old enough.
That's the other thing. Bruce Willis looked like a grizzled ex-cop in that film. Bruce Willis looked like he had seen some shit. Dane DeHaan looked like he had seen some shit in Call of Duty, but not in actual, like, in this movie. And by the way, we were giving Dane DeHaan so much shit. We gotta go back to what's-her-face. I'm not even gonna look it up. We gotta go back to Enchantress. She is supposed to be like the scholarly one, the Ivy League one, and they do this thing that I fucking hate where it's like, again, this is one of those things that it worked back in the 60s and 70s when you had like Barbarella and stuff where it was like, yes, I'm a genius, but I also float through space in my underwear. And it's like, yeah, that's the kind of thing that you had back then because space was just the ultimate fantasy. It was whatever the creators wanted. And there was a weird charm to that. It was a weird charm to just people's imagination being the Wild West back then.
They say space was the final frontier,
yeah,
so...
exactly. It ain't that no more. It's now, and like all I can think is like, all she does is just keep saying, yes, I'm the Ivy League one, but it's like, well, time for you to have a dress-up montage, and the opening shot is of you just walking around in a bikini. Like, the opening shot of her is of her ass, just walking towards Dane DeHaan in a bikini, and I was like, I'm not gonna take her fucking seriously. And I'm not saying that, like, brilliant women can't dress like but this was not a brilliant woman filming a brilliant woman who just happened to dress like this. This was a dude going, I'm gonna focus on that ass.
And here's the thing, she claims she's brilliant, but she's done some stupid shit in this movie.
The only thing brilliant she does in this is she repairs on the fly his gun teleporter arm. That's the only time we really see her being smart in this.
It's like, oh, here's a butterfly, careful. Oh no, I'm being abducted by the 8 gorilla frogs. And
exactly, it's like, and it's like, okay, so you're the brilliant one. You can't think of a way to get out of this?
Like, here's the thing, is like, are they supposed to be like part the military on the colony? Because if so, shouldn't they like know about all this stuff?
How the fuck is there a planet with 1,000 planets? How is there a colony with 1,000 planets? And they haven't invented universal translators yet. That seems like step number 1. That seems like if you can create interstellar space travel, a universal translator in your helmet seems like easy peasy.
I thought that was the thing on their neck, the universal.
No, that was the intercom. That was it. Which, by the way, yeah, they have like a thing that lets them like talk to other people in their group. They use it on their first mission. They literally never use it again, but they keep it on there. It is the most distracting thing.
It is.
Because so many other people was like, dude, it's the same size as a Bluetooth, but Bluetooth goes in your ear. Mm-hmm. This is right on their fucking neck. And I was like, your ear's up here. Your ear's up here, your mouth is here. Why is it here? This doesn't... Like I said, there's brilliant creativity in this, but then there are other moments where it's like, dude, this is not creative and it's just dumb.
Yeah,
like one of them.
Yeah, like when he was trying to catch the fish people who like stole the general. It's like, give me the shortest route to him, and she tells him, oh, go through all these walls, and it's like, okay, and then he like he presses a button which is like activates all this armor on his suit, and he just like runs through all these walls, and I'm like. Here's the thing, is like he swims through like...
You had that this entire time.
No, but here's the thing, it is so destructive. Like he swims through like the ocean bio and then he crashes through a wall into like, like a city, and all I can think of, that water world is gonna be empty and that city is gonna be drowning. Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where it's like cool ideas, but the second you stop and think about this, it does not work. No, it's like, here's the thing, like, Valerian is supposed to be the by-the-book kind of guy, but he's always, like...
Holy shit, yeah, I just thought about that.
But it's like, he's constantly...
That doesn't match him at all.
No, he's killing off all these civilians who just happen to be in his way.
They don't know what they want with any of these characters.
No, that's the thing, and that's what really upsets me. They don't know what they want, so they end up with nothing. They end up with, like, zero character.
I want to just... like grab that that you didn't. I want that to be like a score. What do you give this movie? No. And I play like that Luke Wilson like lightsaber thing that you see like no. It was just the perfect no. It's not like an angry no, it's just like a what are you doing?
It's like a disappointed no.
Disappointed like no. Oh my god.
You made me a meme.
I would love that. That's my secret to getting famous on this thing. Yeah, is there anything else that we really want to say about this?
The ending.
What part of the ending? Because we already talked about how they just give the diamond back.
No, but like then the soldiers come and they attack.
Oh, they don't attack. The fucking Dreadnought Rom the Space Knight guy.
The Xbox robots, like...
No. Chekhov's gun attack. Because the evil general has these giant robots. They're just standing around him at all times. And he's got them stationed all around these headquarters. And they're always everywhere. And like they look like they were designed by the Ed 209 guys. Like they look like someone just said, make me a robot that looks like it's going to go crazy and kill us all.
Yeah,
because they are standing around at all times just... And there's even a moment where the good general guy actually looks at him and goes, I hate those things just standing there. Can't we just get them out? He's like, no, only this general, the one who we're supposed to not know
like
is
the
evil.
Second in command.
Only he, it's just like...
I don't know, it's like, I'm not too familiar with army terms, but...
Which is interesting, because you were in the Navy.
Navy and Army are two different branches.
My bad. Okay, I apologize. I'm an idiot. But yeah, there is literally a moment where he goes, I hate those things just standing around here. Can't we do anything about it? Like, no. Only this guy has the power.
Only the general has the authority to...
Only the guy who the entire audience knows is evil has the power to stop them. It's like...
Of course.
Could you just fucking have them go evil now?
Yeah,
Because that would surprise me. That would fucking shock me. I know they're just gonna wait till the last moment and they're just going to go, time to attack. I was like, yeah, no shit that happens. Yeah. It happens during a ticking time bomb scenario. And I'm sorry, I'm done with ticking time bombs. I am so fucking... like... To me, if you had a ticking time bomb and you stopped it at like a minute 30, I would applaud you. Because I'd be like, you know the audience knows what's going to happen. You know they're going to stop it at 1 second left.
And that's what they did.
And that's what they did. And I was like, there's no... It's impossible to have tension during a ticking time bomb scenario anymore because it's been so done in so many movies, and literally children have seen it enough times to know what's going to happen. That's like, yeah, dude, we know you're going to get it at the last second. Like, I would kill for some movie out there to have a ticking time bomb and it's like, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna get boop, boop, boop. We're gonna get because that would actually shock the audience. The audience would actually be like, oh shit, they didn't get it at the last second. Oh, damn.
Okay.
I'm sorry, yeah, it's like, there was no excitement, no tension, no nothing in that finale.
But here's the thing that, like, really pisses me off. Like, the robots go crazy because the general gave them the order because it's like, I'd rather die than humiliate myself or some bullshit. And then, like, the bombs go off. The space shuttle escapes before before it's too late, and no one survives except for the general and 2 soldiers and the 2 main characters who are on the space shuttle floating into space. So, in other words, they did not save the fish people at all.
No, the fish people were on that plane.
No, I didn't see them.
Yeah, they were.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, that was the ship that you saw floating out there where they created the full hologram.
No, it was the little piece of junk that
that was like a spooner thing that they shot them out of, like, because they, remember, after it was all over with, they said, you always want to take me to the beach? Wait a minute, did that happen before the shootout?
It did.
Oh my god!
See? They failed! The whole thing that they were trying to do, they were trying to save this race of fish people, and they fail. They fail at this, and that's what pisses me off so much.
I did not think about it.
Yes!
You're right, we don't see the fish people after
No, we don't. We don't even see.
You did again.
No! You don't even see the little armadillo. You just see that one pearl, and he uses it as an engagement ring, and they start making out.
Oh my god, I thought that was another pearl that the armadillo shit out.
No, I keep doing that. This movie
makes you do it.
This movie is turning me into Owen Wilson.
No.
No.
And now Owen Wilson as Darth Vader. No. Oh my god, you're right.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I fully believe that it was a pearl created by the armadillo. I fully believe that the fish people survived. However, they didn't shoot it.
No.
They didn't film that sequence. They didn't put that sequence in there.
So it just looks like that they completely failed at their mission.
So it's like, I know they didn't fail at their mission, but the shitty ass filmmaking at the end makes you think that it is like, oh my god, you're right. Everything I thought came after that came before it. Fuck.
So it's like, yeah, I mean...
That's stupid as shit.
It is. I mean, it's like these 2 are supposed to be like the greatest agents in the military, and they fucked everything up. They made it look like they fucked everything up. Stupid. It is, and that's why I hate this movie. That was the final nail in the coffin for me.
It is so rare that you hate a movie more than me, but wow.
No, like this was...
I can see that.
No, here's the thing. It's like... At first, I thought it was, okay, but, like, the more I thought about it, I was like, no, this is bullshit.
Oh, yeah, and like I said, like, okay, you don't like any of the characters. You don't like any of the main characters.
No.
Like, they want Valerian to be like Nathan Drake in space.
Yeah, basically.
And instead, he's just like, hi, I'm Dane DeHaan. I'm the greatest space captain that's ever been around. Oh, I've been in the I've been in the military for 9 years. Like, you're 25. Like, at most you are 25, meaning, like, I'm cutting you slack, meaning that you joined when you were 16. It didn't fucking happen. Jesus Christ. And again, it's like, I go back to that, like, Futurama reference, but it's like, for anybody who doesn't get the reference, it would be like if the guy they cast as Chekhov ended up being the guy, like, if the guy who auditioned to be Chekhov, they went, you know what, you're gonna be Kirk instead. Like, that's it. Like, that is really what this is like. It's like, I'll go with Sulu, but like Sulu in the last couple of films is actually kind of a badass. But no, it's like, yeah, it'd be like if the guy they cast as Chekhov, they were like, no, instead, you're Kirk. That's it. Be like if the guy who like, it'd be like if you saw Star Wars and Mark Hamill was Han Solo. That's what it is. And not like cool later bearded Mark Hamill. No, I mean the little like, I was gonna go and get the power generators. Like, if that was the guy who was hanging out with Chewie in the first film.
Speaking of which, like the whole time I was like watching this, I was like, gee, if we could just like replace these two with like Han Solo or Chewie or Star-Lord and Gamora, or even like Spike Spiegel and Faye Valentine, is like any other like space duo besides these two, that would make the movie so much better.
Yeah, it literally like, because again, there's so much fucking creativity.
Yes.
And the thing is, I mentioned none of it works if you stop and think about it. But there's tons of fucking movies like that.
Yeah.
There are tons of movies that's like, it doesn't work if you stop and think about it, but you never stop and think about it because the movie keeps you entertained.
Yes.
This one, the two protagonists are just two pieces of driftwood. So yeah, you have to just stop.
Two pieces of douchey driftwood.
So yeah, you have to just stop and like, well, I don't care about them, so what else is going on in here?
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on around on this side? Hey, wait a second. Hey, wait a second. This snake oil is just water and vinegar put together. Where do you go? So yeah, you've got all this creative stuff that doesn't work because you have to stop and think about it. And the reason you stop and think about it is because the protagonists are just not interesting.
No.
And because the protagonists aren't just interesting, the only thing you really have to grab onto is the story. And this is a film where they stop the story halfway through to go on this, well, they're now separated and now they go on some completely different crazy wild adventure. Like, you could have cut out the frog gorilla people and the shape-shifting dancer completely from this story. Just had them not get separated. Mm-hmm. And
but they have to be separated so they can show their love. They prove their love to each other. Their non-existent love to each other. Yay!
You could also just cast two people who have chemistry with
yes.
each other. That would have accomplished it.
Yes, please.
This is just... Honestly, I'm gonna shock you on this. Like, end of the day, I would give this a 5. Maybe even a 6 out of 10. Like, yeah. I am pushing that 6.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like,
I am so like my arm hurts because I am reaching for that 6.
Yeah,
but at least a 5.5.
Yeah, if we're going on a scale of like 10 to 1, that'd be. But for me, I'm gonna go for like a scale of 1 to 5. It's like when I first left the theater, I thought it was like maybe 3 stars out of 5, and then the more I thought about it, it was like 2 stars out of 5, so it was like 2.5, I guess. Yeah, like literally like straight down the middle.
Oh no, I was trying to do like the score you're trying.
Oh yeah.
Like you just see like the points.
Yeah, like this is definitely like in the middle.
You saw it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I saw it like an hour ago, so. Maybe in a few days I'll be there with you. Cause in all honesty, we have almost the same score. But it's one of those weird things where like our scores are the same, but I can tell you hated this so much more than me.
Like, by the way, I didn't even bother to like sit for the end of the credits. Did you miss any?
I didn't. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm done.
Yeah, me too.
That's the thing. I normally sit through all credits, not because I think there might be a post credit, but because I'm like, you know what? People worked hard on this. They deserve to have people sit here and like just look at their names, if nothing else, even if I'm not gonna remember them. And also, to me, the credits are like the period mark on a movie, so it does just kind of feel like, like that's my little moment of it's over. We got, oh man, the whole journey is complete. But this and Wish Upon last week are the first times in like a year that I have not sat through the entirety of a credit.
Yeah, it's like
because I was just like, done. It's over with. I'm out.
Yeah, it's like. Because that second act, like, killed me, it's like, I don't want to sit here any longer.
Yeah.
I can't take this anymore.
Although, by the way, I found out from someone that Wish Upon actually has a mid-credit scene.
Oh.
So, thank God we're going to be watching that again for the Gauntlet of Garbage at the end of this year. But yeah, yeah, it's so, like, man, there's so much to applaud in here.
Yeah,
but that stuff to applaud in here is like, it's like somebody took something really cool and then just super glued it to the giant plank of cardboard. And it's like, well, now it just looks ugly. I feel bad that you destroyed this really beautiful thing. I really kind of hate that at the end of this thing, like they didn't even put this after the credits. They put this at the beginning of the credits. It said, "For my dad." Like as the thing is going out, like as you see them making out, it says, "For my dad" down there, which it seems weird he put that over them making out.
Yeah, it's like, hey dad, this is you. This is how I was made.
That was one of those things in which I was like, man, I can tell that Luc Besson's dad was a big fan of this, and this was like a passion project of his. and it makes me feel really bad for saying he fucked this up. It's like, it makes me feel really bad for saying, you really screwed up. And it's like, there's a lot in here to apply. I don't want to make it sound like it's terrible. It's like, this is not getting anywhere close to my 10 worst of the year.
No, but it's like, that being said, I am interested in the graphic novel, and there's also an anime based on the graphic novel you can see on Crunchyroll.
I was listening to a podcast earlier today. Apparently, the anime is not even close to the graphic novel.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so just to let people know about that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
apparently, but they are better.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, both the anime and the original comic are better.
It does make me want to check out the comic.
Yeah, definitely. And you do have it at your store, so you can buy them.
There is really interesting source material.
Yeah.
There is really interesting creative stuff in here. But like the way that they structure the story, the way they introduce us to this world, the protagonist just being the most miscast characters I've seen in years in anything. Yeah, and then when the story does work, at its best, it's just like, I've seen this. It's by the numbers. It's fine. It's like, it's the creativity that works the best. And you can appreciate that creativity, but at the same time, still criticize that you don't have anything strong holding it together. And that's what it is. And in all honesty, when the creativity is really the only thing that I can applaud in this film, a 5 out of 10 is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That creativity is working overtime on this. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. If you saw this film, let us know in the comments down below. Actually, I said like halfway through this review, I'm not reading the comments. Let us know in the comments anyway, because that's how YouTube decides whether or not...
We said we're not going to read any political comments, so...
Let us know whatever you want in the comments down below, because as I said, YouTube now doesn't monetize videos based on views, but based on interactions. So the more comments you leave down there, the better for me. Finger guns. So yeah, I am such a whore. Thank you guys very much. You know the spiel. It's hot. I'm tired. We didn't like this movie. But hey, Dunkirk was good. Yeah.
Yay.
None of you saw this thing anyways. Why do you care? Nobody out there saw this film. But thank you very much. Come back next time.
Bye.
Bye.